So our organization is fully focused on trying to help lift people out of homelessness or prevent them from falling into homelessness in the first place. We've been doing it for 54 years, and we are helping well over 1,000 people a year here out of this organization. So I would understand, not wanting to have anybody who's a sexual offender, living near me and my children as well. But I think you have to remember that the number of people who might have a sexual offense, not even a predator offense, but just a sexual assault offense of any kind, amongst the population of people experiencing homelessness is extremely low. And so I don't think it's the kind of thing that you really have to worry about, too often. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the right perspective. We don't want to build anything that is lower quality. It doesn't really work out in the long run. You want to invest in structures that are going to add value to your community. Here in Central Florida, our highest concentration of homelessness is in East Orange County, particularly along State Road 50 between Cimarron and Dean Road. And that it really speaks to the fact that having a shelter out in that part of the area would actually improve property values, because you would actually lower the number of people who are living on the streets or living in their cars. We're not paying for people for the rest of their lives. That really only exists in one instance, and that would be for usually elderly adults that would no longer work again, that have some type of debilitating illness, mental health or physical health or both. And it's cheaper for us to put them in a small efficiency apartment than to have them in and out of the ERs or in and out of jail or in and out of other services. And so we found that not only is it a cost savings, it's a significant cost savings. We're talking about like a 6-to-1 cost savings. And we're only right now housing, it's about 1,600 people in the greater Central Florida area at that level. You can't categorize everybody experiencing homelessness as mentally ill, because you're wrong. It's roughly 1 in 5 adults experiencing homelessness are struggling with mental illness, but that's the exact same percentage as the rest of the United States of America. About 19% of adults in the United States are struggling with addiction, and that's been the case now since the 1920s. And that's the same percentage amongst the homeless population. So I think he's right. Rather than building a large 500-bed shelter in Washington, D.C. a number of years ago, they built 5 100-bed shelters in each of the 5 wards within the District of Columbia. And it worked out really well. Each of the 5 shelters is very different. They're very unique. They fit in with the community. You would never know that they're there. The daytime services are probably not as critical as you might think, because the vast majority of people experiencing homelessness are either in a job or they're in school because they're under the age of 18.